CEH being back, and then what receivers need to step up this week is kind of the big thing everyone keeps pointing to on all the hot take shows and everything. So last week we talked about, you said getting it right was a big thing for this week. Health was a big concern, and now everyone's practicing. I think the only receiver that's practicing in a limited capacity is Darius Toney. Mecole Hardman's done for the season. We'll see if he ever plays in a Chiefs uniform again. That's going to be a discussion we will have in the offseason. Plenty of time for that discussion. But Coach Reid said Toney and Juju would play. But Toney's the only one who's limited currently. So my question is, how big of a deal is it to have CEH back, especially if we are going to be down a pass catcher like Mecole Hardman? CEH can contribute out of the backfield like he has in the past. And to you, who of our receivers needs to step up this week to give us a shot against this Eagles defense?
CEH coming back is, I would say, it's a luxury to have, right? I don't know how many carries he's going to get in this game, or if what his contribution is going to be. If he comes in and he gives a couple of carries, cool, that'd be fine, right? But I think we know, as far as the pecking order, is going to be Pacheco, McKinnon, and then CEH. That's how it's going to roll. And so if CEH is able to come in and give you something, then yeah, like I said, fine. The guys that's been in there, you got to keep going with the hot hand. The hot hand has been Pacheco and McKinnon. Nothing against CEH, you just hadn't played in a long time, and that is significant, especially when you're talking about getting hits, fumbling the football, all those different things, right? Now he's going to have fresh legs, all right. And Lenny, he beat me to it. Who I thought was going to say I had to step up, but CEH, just talking about him, I think that he's one of the guys that I think is, if he gets a contribution, then fine, cool. But I'm not looking for him to be a huge part of what we do offensively. Now, as far as wide receiver wise, having Hardman out, now we've been playing without Hardman for quite some time and been doing particularly well with other guys stepping up. And what I'm actually looking for, I'm looking for another repeat performance from MVS. I like to see MVS get off again. Why not? Look, hey, we threw some balls to him last week or 2 weeks ago, and he was absolutely phenomenal out there. He really was. And so if I'm Patrick, I'm saying, look, I got a guy now who's going to go up to get the football. He understands what it means to make big plays, and he did it. He made big plays. And so I think we have a good problem, a good issue. MVS, Juju comes back. Kadarius Toney is one of the guys like Lenny was sitting there talking about, is a guy that I think needs to kind of step up. I need to see a little bit more from him. But he's a guy that's going to give us spark. He's going to give us the jet sweep. He's going to give ball in the head real quick, get up the field for 10 to 15 yards. And then you have obviously Sky Moore that's in there. And I think Sky has been growing as a receiver, kind of a guy that you can lean on. So we got players, we have receivers, and that's the thing about it. We got a good problem. And then we talk about the tight ends. And I said 13 personnel is something that I think we need to get into. I think it's a personnel that will cause some problems for the Eagles defense. And so with Jordy Fortson, obviously Travis Kelce is going to go out there. He's going to kill him, right? And then you're talking about having Noah Gray. And so these guys are capable in the game as far as catching the football. But I'm just looking as far as like what we're doing offensively, and I'm going to keep going back to this. We keep talking wide receivers. Great. No problem about that. We got to get the ball out of hands first. We got to keep Patrick upright. Pure and simple. And the best way to do that, to alleviate the pass rush, is to run the football effectively, right? You got to run the football effectively. Pacheco, McKinnon, if CH is able to come in and do a little, hey, cool. Let that be that. But that's what I'm thinking about right now. As far as CH, what his contribution is going to be to the game, and then as wide receiver, what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then plus something we didn't have last game was Justin Watson. Justin Watson was sick that last game in Cincinnati. He would have had a good productive game. And then we had to rely on guys like Marcus Kemp, who showed, he can come in and spot duty. So the weapons will be there. I don't think will be a lack for that. And like you said, we've been without Mecole Hardman. That's kind of been the common trend. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, and so now now we're seeing guys. Thankfully, we did that Toney trade, because look at our receiving room. If we didn't have Toney right now, I mean, it's kind of Yeah, I don't know. It'd be very, very scary to think
Yeah,
about that.
but like you said, Justin Watson gives us another body, right? He gives us another body, gives us another performer who could go out there and catch balls if we needed him. So we'll need everybody, right? Because we just never know how the game's going to go. And if guys are dealing with issues, like Darius Toney, well, he's back, but he could be out of the game. Same thing with Juju and anybody for that matter. And so it's always good to have number of guys ready to come in and perform when you need them to be.
Yeah, and we're seeing a comment here from our guy Lenny Dawson talking about screen game needs to be on point to slow the pass rush, especially Jerick McKinnon, who we've talked about before, and he's another weapon that we can throw the ball to. Obviously his pass blocking is one thing, but that as well, being able to be a pass catcher in the backfield as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be implemented too in the game. I mean, they do it every week, so I know they'll pick the spots when and where they're going to do it, and they do a good job of that offensively as far as making that call. It's usually pretty much spot on. I'm sure we're going to see maybe a shuffle pass and stuff like that too. So it's going to be some things that they're going to throw out here for this game that we might not have seen yet this year. And so I'm letting people know. Be wary, because there's going to be a couple things people's like, what is going on, right? We had the ring around the roses, deal and whatnot, but yeah, there's going to be some creative things going on out that field on Sunday. Believe it.
Yeah, maybe some more snow globe action like we saw at the ring around the rosy.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.